Have you ever felt the burn of someone telling you that you're not good enough? That your dreams are too bold, too wild, too impossible to reach? Have you heard those words echo in your mind at 2 in the morning, when the world is asleep, and all you have are your thoughts, and they're telling you that you'll never make it? Those voices, they cut deep, they linger, they whisper lies that try to bury your ambition beneath a mountain of doubt. But here's a truth that will shake you to your core. The greatest revenge isn't found in angry words or bitter comebacks. It lives in rising higher than anyone ever expected, in proving that your spirit cannot be broken, in building a life so extraordinary that the people who doubted you will be left speechless. So sit with me now, because this story isn't for the faint of heart. It's for those who feel the fire in their palms and refuse to let it die. It's for those who will turn every cruel whisper into fuel for their ascent, who will let their relentless grind be the proof they need, and who will build something so powerful in silence that when they emerge, the world will have no choice but to pay attention. Picture this. The sky is still ink black, the air thick with the last exhale of night. While the rest of the world sleeps, you're already moving. Your foot hits the floor, knowing that every step you take, every breath you draw, is a statement. The street is empty, but inside your mind, there's a hurricane of doubt. Memories of laughter at your expense swirl like a storm. You'll never amount to anything, they said. Stop dreaming, they said. But instead of shaking you, those words become a challenge, a dare to rise. You pull on your shoes, the echo of your laces clicking against the cold concrete, fire in your soul. You're not just walking, you're defying every cynic who ever told you to settle. That solitary step is more than movement. It's defiance. It's transformation. It's the very first brick in the fortress of your legacy. Stay with me, because what I'm about to share will ignite something deep inside, something ancient and unstoppable. You see, the ancient Stoics understood a primal law. Words vanish like smoke, but actions echo through eternity. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king, penned these words: "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." Isn't that burning? It reminds you that talking is easy. Action is the battle. When they doubt you, they don't actually want your explanation. They want to see you crumble. They want your spirit to break. So don't give them the satisfaction. Don't speak. Don't defend. Let your life answer the noise. Let your sweat be the proof they didn't ask for, but desperately need to witness, when your success becomes so real, but it roars louder than any insult they hurled at you. When you rise, remember this. At first, they will laugh. They'll point to your past, brandish your failures like trophies, and whisper that you're closer to defeat than victory. They can scrutinize your flaws, your history, and every misstep you've ever made, because they don't have eyes for the future you're building in secret. They don't see the pre-dawn hours when your mind races with possibilities, the nights you stayed up sketching ideas on scraps of paper, the mornings you dragged yourself to the gym, even when every muscle begged for rest. You're not here to engage in petty arguments. You're here to build. Every rep in the gym, every sentence you write, every risk you take in silence, that is your proclamation. When success arrives, they'll scramble to claim they always believed in you. But you'll know the truth. You didn't chase success to prove them wrong. You chased it to prove yourself right. Epictetus, the slave-turned-philosopher, taught that we only own control over 2 things: our actions and our mindset. We cannot control what others think, who they gossip to, or whether they doubt us. We can only control our next step, our next breath, our next decision to keep rising. Let every small victory become a silent rebuke to the noise. Brick by brick, day by day, Watch your fortress of excellence emerge from ruins they assumed would swallow you. They think they see your walls crumbling, but what they don't realize is that each challenge, each insult, and each failure is a mortar that binds your foundation. Their disbelief is the raw material for your triumph. But let me tell you, this isn't about revenge. It's about revelation, revealing to yourself the boundless power that lies dormant within your soul. Every time you choose discipline over distraction, every time you choose sweat over comfort, you forge a life so compelling that no negative word can drown it out. Remember this ancient truth: the nail that sticks out gets hammered down. But what they forget to mention is that the hammered nail, even when beaten, still holds the entire structure together. Be that nail. Stand firm under pressure. Let the blows come, and let each strike cement you more firmly into greatness. Be the one they can't ignore, because your strength becomes the cornerstone for something extraordinary. Now, let's talk endurance. The kind of strength you can't see, the fire hidden under the surface. Seneca, the wise playwright and advisor, said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." Feel that. Every ache in your muscles, every burning in your lungs, every moment you feel like quitting, that's your crucible. That's where your greatness is forged. When you want to collapse, when fatigue screams at you to stop, remember that you're sculpting more than a physique or a resume. You're sculpting an unbreakable spirit. They'll celebrate your successes, but they'll never see you at your most vulnerable. They won't witness the tears you wipe in silence, the nights you questioned every choice, or the battles you fought in solitude. They only see your triumphs. And that's perfect, because on the battlefield of life, you fight alone, and you triumph alone. The Stoics embraced discomfort. They thrived in it. They trained in the harsh winds of adversity and found peace in chaos. Why? Because comfort breeds weakness, but struggle builds steel. When you wake before dawn, when your eyes sting and your body screams for rest, you choose the path of warriors. When you fall, when life hammers you down, you refuse to stay down. You get up again, shaking off dust and doubt, and you carve your legacy deeper into the earth. Picture a blacksmith hammering red-hot metal. That blade doesn't emerge perfect. It's pounded, folded, cooled, and then pounded again. That fiery furnace, every criticism, every failure, every humbling moment, is heat. Every force that tries to break you is a hammer. But if you stand firm, if you remain unbroken, you become that blade. Razor sharp, unyielding, unstoppable. And those who tried to grind you into the ground will discover that in breaking you, they only forged something stronger. Most people don't last. They chase ease. They crave applause without effort. But you, if you've made it this far, you're not most people. You were built for storms. You were designed for resistance. When they say you can't, that's your signal to push harder, dig deeper, go farther. That's the Stoic secret. They don't shrink from hardship. They clasp hands with it, and they walk through fire with eyes ablaze. And when criticism comes, when they laugh at your pace or mock your vision, don't recoil. Criticism is not an enemy. It's a tool. Use it. Let their arrows sharpen you. Let their doubt become granulated fuel for the engine of your ambition. When they mock your speed, you sharpen your focus. When they call you foolish, you refine your plan. When they say it's impossible, you make it inevitable. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Every obstacle is an opportunity to practice virtue." Hear that? Practice virtue. When they sneer at your hustle, hustle harder. When they question your dedication, dedicate yourself twice as much. Don't respond with anger. Don't argue. Let your daily work be your response. Let your prowess speak for itself. Start writing everything down. Every insult, every doubter's prediction, every slight. Not to bury yourself in bitterness, but to transform it. Write down each cutting remark, and next to it, script a plan, an ironclad strategy to prove them wrong, not with noise, but with unrelenting excellence. If they say you're not strong enough, lift heavier. If they say you'll never finish, cross the finish line twice. If they say it's not possible, make it undeniable. Write your purpose. Rewrite their horror stories into your victory anthem. And let your journal pages become the blueprint of your uprising. The Stoics also believed that much of our suffering is born in our mind, not the world. We amplify fears and doubts until they tower over us, but in reality, they're just shadows cast by our own insecurities. Train your mind to listen only to what truly matters: your purpose, your vision, your unrelenting drive. When the world comes at you, when the storm rages, hold on to that quiet center. The loudest voices, remember, often come from the weakest foundations. Let your foundation be built on character, tenacity, and unwavering discipline. Let every action you take resonate with conviction. True power whispers, it doesn't shout. When the critics shout, let them be drowned out by the thunder of your results. Now, let's go deeper, because this isn't just about effort, it's about virtue. The Stoics didn't chase worldly accolades, they chased inner strength. They lived by principles. Be just, be brave, be disciplined, be wise. When you embody these virtues, you become untouchable. Seneca asserted that a calm spirit is stronger than any sword. So when they attack, you remain unshaken. When chaos descends, you stay centered. Your might emerges from the choices you make in the quiet moments. Choosing kindness over cruelty, choosing courage over cowardice, choosing wisdom over ignorance. That's your armor. That's your sword. When you live by virtue, the world's noise becomes background static, unable to penetrate your resolve. Ask yourself every morning, was I kind today? Did I act with courage? Did I keep my focus on the right goal? That daily reflection is your compass. It keeps you aligned with your highest self. Because when your life is guided by virtue, nothing outside can shake you. Success will come, but let it be the revealer of your character, not its changer. Let your serenity in chaos confuse those who'd rather see you falter. Let your compassion humble those who wish you ill. Let your progress resonate so loudly that no lie, no sneer, no rumor can drown it out. Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, then do what you have to do." Define your highest self, what that person does, how they speak, think, and act. Now become that person, and when others watch your peace, your power, your perseverance, they'll be bewildered. They'll search for shortcuts, for hacks that made you great. But you'll know the truth. It wasn't shortcuts or magic. It was virtue. It was silent discipline. It was a fire within that never went out. The final weapon at your disposal is results. Talk fades. Boasts backfire. But results, they shine. The Stoics weren't performers. They were architects. Seneca noted, "No man was ever wise by chance. Wisdom demands work. Results demand time. They'll come, slowly, steadily. And when they arrive, they'll illuminate your journey. Every early morning, every drop of sweat, every tear shed in solitude. Those results will speak volumes louder than any defense you could ever mount." Start chronicling your wins, not for show, but for proof to yourself. A sentence written, a page read, a mile run, a habit maintained. Collect those wins, stack them like stones, and build an altar to your growth until your life becomes undeniable, a living testament to the power of perseverance. One day, the critics who once mocked you will stand in your shadow, and they'll ask, "How did you do it?" And you'll smile, quietly, without malice, not to gloat, but to honor the journey, because you'll know that the greatest answers are not spoken, they're lived. The world bows to triumph, not talk. Let them chase words. Let them chase excuses. You'll chase excellence, and excellence will catch fire. It'll spread, it'll inspire, and it'll build something that outlasts you. An ancient proverb reminds us, "He who conquers himself is the mightiest warrior." The world can beat you down, but if you conquer your own doubts and fears, no external force can break you. Win the battle within. Master your emotions. Tame your impulses. Prove to yourself that you're worthy of your own respect. And then watch as the world cedes ground to your will. Now, right this second, make your move. Pick one thing they said you could never do, one label they slapped on you like a scarlet letter, and begin the work to demolish it. One action, one promise, one mission. Let that be your spark. Let that be your clarion call to greatness. The moment you step forward, the noise begins to fade. With every milestone you hit, their words lose power. With every barrier you break, their disbelief crumbles. With every quiet victory, you build momentum that no one can stop. And if this voice stirs something deep, if your heart races, if your spirit awakens, then show the world you mean business. Hit that like button, subscribe, and tell me your first action step in the comments. Share your silent triumph. Let your journey inspire others who are listening in the dark, feeling those same whispers of doubt. Show them what it means to rise. Show them what it means to turn pain into power, doubt into discipline, and shame into a stepping stone. Because when one soul breaks free, 1,000 others can follow. Let the world watch while you build in silence. Let them hear the roar of your progress when it finally bursts through the walls of their skepticism. Remember, the loudest statement you will ever make is made not in a shout, but in the echo of your triumphs. Echoes that reverberate long after the critics' voices have faded into nothingness. This is your moment. This is your proving ground. Go forth, rise up, and let your actions speak so loudly that no doubt can survive.